Good afternoon, everyone. It's your English class, and today we are going to understand our first chapter of our grammar book, which is Determiners. So please open the page number 1. Let's read this page. Defining a determiner. Look at these phrases. The best boy, my brother, that tree, every student. Some mistake. The word printed in bold letters are determiners. So, dear students, we need to understand that these words which are in the bold letters, these all are determiners. Now we need to understand what are the determiners. Determiners are words which identify and specify a noun in some way. So we say determiners to those words which determine that, like I am talking about this word, I'm talking about this person, I'm talking about this thing, right? So those words are called determiners. Let's understand what are the differences between adjectives and determiners. Look at these two phrases. Difficult problem, this problem. In the first phrase, the word difficult describes the problem. It tells us what kind of problem we are talking about. So it is an adjective. In the second phrase, the word this does not describe the problem. It determines or specifies the problem. It finds out a particular problem and says this problem, so it is a determiner. So dear students, we have to understand this phrase difficult problem and this phrase this problem. In this difficult is adjective and this is determiner. Why? Because by the difficult, by this word, we come to know that what type of problem this is. So this is a difficult problem, but by this word means like this problem, we come to know that like which problem we are talking about. So which we are talking about this problem. So it indicates that about what we are talking, and it tells about means adjective tells about what type of problem is that, what the type of that noun is. Okay. Some more points. An adjective describe a noun. A determiner determines a noun, points it out. Means we have to understand like when we describe anything, any noun, that is adjective. When we point out or determines, that is determiner, right? Suppose I say this class. I say this class. So this is determiner. Um, if I say like a beautiful class, so beautiful is adjective here, not determiner, right? Third point, an adjective tells us special quality of a noun, tells what kind of a noun is or how many there are. So adjective tells the quality of that noun and tells us what kind of noun that is, and even tells the number of this also. A determiner tells which one, right? Fifth point, adjectives and determiners are part of a noun phrase. So by this we can say that noun phrase is made with the help of adjectives and determiners. Last point, we can never use a singular countable noun alone, that is without a determiner. So come what may, we need to use determiner. Without determiner, we can't use any singular countable noun. If noun is singular, along with this, if that is countable, so come what may, we have to use any determiner. Now, kinds of determiners means we need to understand the types of determiners. Determiners, articles, demonstrative, possessive, distributive, quantifiers, and interrogatives. A and the, these are the articles. Demonstrative, these, that, these, those, which like demonstrate a thing. This is my pen, that is your pen. Possessive, which shows the possession, my, our, your, his, her, etc. Distribute means which distribute the things, either, neither, each, every. Quantifier, which tells the quantity, some, any, much, many, several, etc. Interrogative, by this we put the question, what, which, whose, right? Come on the next page. So dear student, basically in this chapter, in today's class, we need to understand about the articles. Means we need to understand about how to use a, and the. We already know that there are three articles in English, a, and the. Of these, a and are indefinite articles, while the is the definite article. An article is placed before a noun if there is an adjective before a noun. The article is placed before the adjective. So, dear students, we need to understand this point here. A and the are the articles. So articles we put before the noun. But if any adjective is there before the noun, so we need to put that article before that adjective. Okay. In this, like see some examples. A worker. So worker is a noun. So a we have put here. A competent worker. So competent is adjective. So we need to put a before the adjective. The vole is noun, the we have put here before the vole. So the right vole means like right is adjective here, so we need to put the before the adjective, right? So usually we put the articles before the noun, but if there is any adjective before the noun, so we need to put that article before that adjective, right? Second thing we have understood in this here, the is definite article and a and n are indefinite articles. So dear students, we need to understand first what are the definite articles and what are the indefinite articles. Firstly, remember this point. Whenever things are definite, we should use the article because the is uh, definite article. But whenever things are indefinite, so we should use with them indefinite article, means either a or n. So now we should understand what are the definite noun and what are the indefinite nouns, right? So definite nouns are those which are clear to listener and speaker. Suppose any noun is there and listener also knows that, and speaker also knows that about what noun or about what thing we are talking. That is definite noun. So with it, we need to use the article. But something is there, listener knows that, but speaker does not know, or speaker knows that, listener does not know. So that is indefinite article. Okay, so according to this, we should use articles. Definite things are there, we need to use it. Definite article, the indefinite things are there, we need to use a or n, right? Suppose I tell you what are the definite and what are the indefinite. If this point is clear, you will come to know how to use the articles, right? Suppose you are in your classroom and there are four fans in your classroom, and just your teacher is standing just like which is the first fan, just standing under that fan, and your teacher says that please switch on a fan. So it means he is talking about to switch on any fan. Okay, but if your teacher says that please switch on the fan, if he says that, so it means he's talking about a particular fan. You also know that about which fan he is talking, and your teacher like also knows that about which fan he is talking. So when listener and speaker both know that about what they are talking, so that is definite noun. So with definite noun we should use the, with indefinite noun we should use a or n, right? Now let's understand how to use a or n. So we have two options. We need to use either a or n. But what are the difference in the uses of a and n? So let's read the first point. We use a and n before countables in the singular number. Like when something is countable and that is singular, so we should use a or n. A train, we are talking about one train. A question, a player, an uncle, an umbrella, an experiment. So we have used a or n because these things are singular and countable. Second point, we use a before a countable in singular number beginning with consonant sound. So if our noun is countable, along with this that is singular, and starting sound of that word is consonant, so we should use a. Like a lecture, l sound is there, that is consonant, so we need to use a here. A platform, p sound is there, we need to use a. A building, a one-eyed man, v sound is there, v is not vowel, that's consonant. The consonant sound, we need to use a. Remember this, we should not see the spelling, we should focus on the sound. Sound is one-eyed man, one, v sound is starting sound, so we should use air. European, year sound is there, that's why we have used a. Uniform, year sound is there, that's why we have used a. So according to sound, we should use either a or n. Third point, we use n before a countable in singular number beginning with a vowel sound. When our noun is countable, that's a singular, and it starts from the vowel sound. So in that condition, we should use an aunt, an artist, an instrument, an honest. Remember this honest is pronounced O. O is a vowel sound, and a sound is there, that's why we have used n here. An honorable job, o is a vowel here, that's why we have used n here. So according to sound, according to the sound, we should use either a or n. Notes: in honest and honorable, sorry, h is not sounded, means that is skipped, that's silence. So these words begin with the vowel sound. In ma is sounded as em, right? I'm sorry. So it begins with the vowel sounds. So we need to remember these all the things. Not to use of a in the following expression. So these are the expressions there we need to use a. Remember, like a pity, a noise, a headache, in a whisper, to be at a loss, a shame, a rage, a toothache. In a low voice, in to be in a hurry, a pleasure, a nuisance, a bad cold, in a loud voice. So you need to learn, you need to cram these phrases with them. We need to use always a. Now let's talk about the. The is definite article. We have to use it before a noun whenever we want to make it particular. So whenever we make the noun particular, or like we make it definite, so we should use the article. Like the train by which I came. So I'm defining that which train. So after defining that, listener, speaker both will come to know that about which train we are talking. So that will become definite noun, so we need to use definite article. The train by which I came, the uniform, the information I received, the books I usually read, the mercy the king showed. So these all the nouns are definite, that's why we have used here the article, because the article comes with the definite nouns, definite things, right? One more thing you need to remember, that either our noun is singular or plural or countable or uncountable. It doesn't matter. If that is definite, so we should use definite article. Means the we have to use. So you can see like a books, it's a plural, train is singular, right? Mercy is uncountable information. Next, the can be used both with the countable strain, books, and uncountable information, mercy, and it can be used with the countables both in singular and plural number, train, and plural number, books. So with the old type of nouns, it can be used. The condition is that should be definite. Next, we use the with the noun that has already been mentioned. So what things are already been mentioned, those things become definite things. That's why we should use with them the article. Like I got a camera. Now camera is general, and a watch as birthday presents. The watch is beautiful, but the camera doesn't click. So you can see that we have used in the second part of like this. So in second sentence, we have used the with the watch and camera, because we have already discussed about camera and watch. First time we use a, because that time those things are not definite, those things were indefinite, right? So that's why we have used in second sentence the and the watch and the camera. We say a camera and a watch because when we mention them for the first time, they could be any camera, any watch. But after being mentioned once, they get particularized. So when we mention them again, we have to use the with them, right? So whenever we mention any things, so first of all, we need to mention a or n, because if those things are singular, those things are countable, So we need to mention either a or an if things are indefinite. But next time, after defining first, next time we should use the article, right? Third point, we use the when it is clear from the situation which people or things we mean. If by the situation we come to know that about what we are talking about, those things become definite. Like the principal is taking a round of a school. So the we have used with the principal and school because by the situation we come to know that about which school we are talking and about which principal we are talking, right? May I use the telephone? So telephone is one there, according to situation or condition, like we come to know that one telephone is there and we are talking about that, so that is particular. Fourth point, we use the with the superlative degrees. This point you have to remember, with the superlative degrees means that is also becomes unique. That's why we need to use the with the superlative degrees. So whenever we use superlative degrees, so we need to use the article. The brightest star in the sky, the most hilarious act. So in this way we need to use. Next, we use the with such phrases as immediately singular out and specify a person or object, the first building, the last day, the next candidate, the only child, the same pen, the chief aim. With these all the things we need to use the article, like when we say about the first class, the second class, the last class, the same pen, because those things are definite. With these all the things we should use the article. Sixth number, we use the with the common noun when the noun represent the whole class. When we talk about a noun and that present the whole class, means whole race that is going to present, in that case also we should use the. The donkey is the beast of burden. So we are not talking about a one donkey. We are talking about all the donkeys. We are talking about the complete race of donkeys, right? That's why we have used here donkey, means the donkey. Next, the cow feeds on grass. We are not talking about only one cow. We are talking about the race of the cows, right? Complete race of the cow. So in that case also, when any singular noun represent the whole class, in that case also we should use the article. 7 point, we use the when there is only one of something, when there is a something unique, earth, moon, sun, sky, equator, and north pole, east, west. When things are unique of its kind, those things are also definite. With those also we should use the article, like the equator divides the earth into two hemispheres and the sun shines over the north pole for 6 months. So these all the things are like one of its kind, that's why we have used with them the article. The nouns we have mentioned above are often described as nouns of unique reference. So those things reference the represent the unique things, that's why we have used the article. Eighth point, we use the with the names of. So these all the names we need to cram, we need to learn that, right? With the name of rivers, seas, oceans, mountain ranges, holy books, train, ships, and airplanes, and newspaper, well-known buildings, countries. If the name contains a common noun, whole families. These all the things, dear students, come what may, we should learn that. These all the things we need to use the article, right? Next, point number 9, we use the with adjectives when those adjectives are used as nouns. So dear friends, sometimes it happens, adjectives we use as a noun to representing the whole class. In that case also we should use the article. Like law should be fair to the lucky as well as the unlucky. So we are not talking about lucky any person, we are talking about the all lucky person and all unlucky persons. Okay, next, there should be equal opportunities for both, sorry, for both the rich and the poor. So rich and poor, we know that these are the adjectives, like lucky and unlucky. So rich and poor we can use like before the article. Why? Because rich and poor means all rich persons, means all rich people, all rich or all poor people. So to representing the whole class we can use the article with the adjectives too. Come on, the 10th point. Note the use of the in the flowing. The more the merrier. The nearer the church, the further from God. Eggs are sold by the dozen and petrol is sold by the liters. So, dear student, So sometime with the comparative degree also we need to use the article when we say in the sense of jitna utna, jitna tum sochoge utna tum samjhoge, jitna tum padhoge utna acha banoge. So for this sense also we need to use the articles, like the more higher the more higher you will go, the more fuller you will feel, right? The more you eat, the more fatty you will become. So for this sense also we can use the with the comparative degree. And with dozen, with later, this all these words also we need to use the article. Next, point number 11, we say go to cinema, go to theater. I often go to theater, but I haven't been to the cinema for a long time. We usually say the radio but television. So with the theater and cinema we need to use the, radio we need to use the, but television we need to remember this point, with it we need to use, means without the we need to use this. Point number 12, note the use of the in the following expressions. So these are the expressions you need to learn, that with these expressions we need to use the, like on the one hand, on the other hand, to speak the truth, to radio, to read in the original, to play the sitar. So with these all the things we need to use the article. Articles with the proper nouns. So as a rule, a proper noun does not need an article. So dear student, proper noun is like a name of anyone, like my name, your name, our school name, our country name, our city name, like our village name. So these are the proper nouns. So with the proper noun, there is no need to use any article. Like Shakespeare was a great dramatist, and Mumbai is a coastal city in India. So these are the proper noun. With these proper nouns, there is no need to use the articles. But see the second point. However, if a proper noun is used like a common noun, it may need a, an, or the with it. So dear friends, sometimes it happens we need to use the proper noun as a common noun. In that sense, we can use a, an, or the. Like we need a Gandhi to solve our problems. So there is no need. We are not talking about a Gandhi. We are talking about a person who has the skills, who has the intelligence, who has all the things like a Gandhi. Sachin Tendulkar is the breadman of India. So we are not talking about the that breadman. Means we are talking about the qualities of the breadman. So in that case, when we are representing the quality of someone, in like then we can use the with the proper noun also, right? Suppose like you play in a cricket team, and like school cricket team is there, and one player is very good, he plays like a Sachin Tendulkar. So we can say that, like suppose his name is Rahul, so we can say that Rahul is Sachin Tendulkar of our school team. We are not talking about he is Sachin Tendulkar, we are talking about he is like Sachin Tendulkar, right? In the first sentence, Gandhi means a man as wise as or as great as Gandhi. In second sentence, the breadman means the player of the breadman ability. Right? So same thing I have told you. Now, omission of articles. We normally do not use any article when a noun is used in general sense. Man is mortal. So with the man, there is no need to use any article when man is used in general sense. So we are talking about all the men, right? Next, point number 2, with nouns that name materials. So materials now there is no need to use with any article, like a paper has become very expensive. She made a heavy investment in gold. So gold, silver, paper, iron, these all the things are material nouns. So with the material noun, there is no need to use any article. Next, but when these nouns are particularized, we use the with them. So dear friends, second point we need to remember that when we make them definite noun, so in means like we make it particular noun. So in that case, we should use the. How? Let's see that the paper used in this book is of a superior quality. So we are not talking about a common paper. So we are talking about the paper which has been used in this book, so that paper is now particular, not like common. So in that case we can use, like we can say the gold of Karnal is very precious, very useful. But if you talk about the general gold, so there is no need to use any article, right? Next, and we can say that education is very expensive, and we can say that the education of Century School is very good. Now we are talking about a particular education. which belongs to Century School. Okay, let's come on the next point. Point number 3, with the plural nouns when they denote a class. So there is no need to use any article when we use plural nouns for telling the complete class, complete race. Like children have a fertile imagination. So we are not talking about the one children. We are talking about the complete race. Animals can be friendly. We're talking about all the animals. So in that case, when we use them for a complete race, so those nouns are plural. So in that case, there is no need to use any article. Point number 4, with the names of meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner. So with these name also, there is no need to use any article. She invited all her friends to lunch. Dinner should be taken much before bedtime. So with the breakfast, lunch, dinner, there is no need to use any article. Point number 5, with the names of the diseases like malaria, typhoid, and but the measles and the mumps. With these, we need to use. Remember this. These are the exceptions case. So malaria is no longer a killer disease. Hunan is a few, quite is a few suffer from the mumps. Okay. Next, with the languages and branches of knowledge like English, Hindi, history, mathematics. English mean the English language. The English mean the English people. Remember this when we talk about English. So it means like we are talking about the English language. But when we say that English people, so in that case we need to use, we means like we have to understand that we are talking about English people. Like English is a language of the English. So the English is English people and English is their language. So whenever we use language, so there is no need to use any article. Japanese is a difficult language. Sentence 7, with the names of days, months, and season. With the names of days, months, and season, there is no need to use. Sunday is a holiday. Our school is closed for summer vacation in June. Spring is a season of great rejoice. So, with the name of days, months, and year, season, there is no need to use the article or any article. With these phrases, we need to learn these phrases because when we use these phrases, we should not use any article like to go to bed, to take place, to take care of, to take to heart, to be at fault, from head to foot, to go to work, to take part in, to make use of, to lose hearts. These all the phrases are there. With them, we should not use any article. And with these phrases, by bus, by car, by air, by sea, this all the phrases, there is no need to use any article. So you should learn this all the phrases. Next, with words like father, mother, uncle, because in a given situation, they are just like a proper noun. So there is no need to use with the father, mother, because it happens sometime. It means like the number of time it happens. So it is, they are also you are used as a proper noun. So there is no need to use any article with them. 11 point, in headlines, notice, emails, messages, etc. Present inaugurates trade fair. So dear students, whenever we make headlines, so in headlines we skip the article. So there is no need to use any article in the headlines. So we can skip them. So these are the examples of the articles. Note, see how the use of omission of an article changes the meaning. So while using the articles, we should remember the things. The man is sitting in front of the car. So we have used the because we are talking about a particular in front of, right? But here we have used the man is sitting in front of the car. So here we have the in the front. Here we have front, only front without the. So whenever we use without the, so that is things are not particular. So we need to use make it when we have to make it particular. So we should use the article. Majority of children here go to school, go to study. I went to school to meet an old teacher of mine, to school building. We use words like a prison, hospital also in the same way. So dear students, when any building is used for its a common for its like a particular purpose, in that case we should not use any article. But for something else, if we use that building name, So in that case, we need to use the. So if we talk about children, if I say children go to school, so there is no need to use the article before the school, because for the particular purpose, means with the common, what is the common purpose for studying there, they are going there. If I say that my father went to the school for submitting the fees, because a different purpose, I am going there, someone is going there. In that case, when purpose is different, so in that case we should use the articles with the school, prison, hospital. Otherwise, without articles we should use them. Next, the repetition of articles. Look at these sentences. I can see a white and a black cow gazing in the fields. Two cows, one white and the other black. So repetition means like when we use more than one time, because when we are talking about more than one thing. So if we have a one cow and that is black and white, so I will use I can see a white and black cow, but two cows are there, so we need to use a white and a black cow, right? So examples are approximate same, so you can read and understand, because time is very less. So now let's come on the exercise number 1. Exercise 1 and 2 and 3. These two exercises you have to do in your book, not in your fair notebook. Remember this. Again, I say you have to do these exercises, exercise number 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in your book, not in your notebook. And soon I will send the answer key. Now, if you want to ask any question, then please ask. Otherwise, I am going to end the class.